Welcome back to Hogwarts. It's going to be another great school year.
And there are so many new things to see, and Snape is finally defense against the dark arts teacher.
Yeah, so now maybe we'll be able to get rid of Voldemort.
Don't say his name.
Okay, let's just get to the point.
Anyhow, today we're going to be showing you how to cook some delicious food,
Teaching you some random facts,
giving you a movie review,
telling you some weird sports Muggles play.
and so much more.
But first, here is Matt and Eva with your local Muggle news.
Harry, I think we're going to be late for class.
Okay, let's go.
This time on Second Edition News.
Nate welcomes Pride Week.
Once I found the GSA at Nate, I just started participating and
Some charitable firefighters.
Raise enough funds so one day there'll be a cure.
Collaboration at the Glenrose.
It's changed my life completely.
Hello, and welcome to Second Edition News. It's been a week of tolerance and diversity.
Students do have a safe place here at Nate, as demonstrated by our first Pride Week. The Gay Straight Alliance Club was very active this week, hosting different events all over campus, including a bake sale.
I think that events like this are very important to show that Nate is an accepting community.
The proceeds are going to Camp Firefly and the Gay Straight Alliance Club here at Nate. A movie night and other events went on throughout the week, showing support for the LGBTQ community and teaching others about different orientations. Pride Week represents a big step for inclusiveness at Nate.
One of the movements that's played a major role in this direction is Safe Spaces, an initiative that began with teachers but now includes students. Josh Ryan has more on this developing story.
As one of the largest post-secondary institutions in Alberta, NATE represents a diverse population of students and staff and has taken steps to better ensure a welcoming environment. Safe Spaces is a NATE initiative started in 2013 for students of the LGBTQ community that educates staff and instructors on appropriate language.
So it's essentially education for the staff member of what words are appropriate, and then different terminology is sorted with the LGBTQ community.
Since including students like Natalie Mahadin in Safe Spaces a year ago, NATE finally has a Gay Straight Alliance and new young leaders for the LGBTQ, a role Natalie has always been comfortable with.
I've always been a very confident person, very okay with who I am. And I've also met a lot of people along the way who aren't comfortable with who they are. So I wanted to be that voice for people who were too afraid to have a voice.
The efforts of Natalie and others are starting to get noticed, as evidenced by the participation in Pride Week events and the reaction from the student executive staff.
It is something that is important for our students, for our student members, our staff, and the NATE community as a whole.
Mahadin says year-round participation of students in initiatives like Safe Spaces is still a work in progress. However, if Pride Week is any indication, life on campus is literally and figuratively getting a little brighter. Josh Ryan, Second Edition News.
For the 10th year in a row, firefighters at Fire Hall No. 2 are raising awareness for muscular dystrophy. However, this year, the 4-day event didn't go as expected. Inside this fire station, up the stairs, we come to the rooftop to find 3 firefighters camping out in the cold to support a charity close to their hearts.
Muscular Dystrophy Canada is a firefighters' charity of choice since 1954. So until there's a cure, firefighters across Canada will continue their efforts to raise enough funds so one day there'll be a cure.
The goal of $150,000 was not reached by March 4th, so the firefighters are extending their campout until the money is raised.
Student problems are more complex these days, and not just the curriculum. Students walk the halls every day, and some carry more than others. Mental health is a huge focus here at NATE, and more so now as issues students face have changed.
We've seen an increase in complexity of the types of issues that students bring to us and the severity.
Books and pamphlets on mental health are all available to students, but a seminar held here at NATE called Mind Over Mood hopes to teach a productive way to deal with different issues.
We encourage students that are interested to learn how to better manage depression and anxiety to come sign up.
The seminar runs March 11th to April 1st, and students can sign up at the Academic Success Center located in the HP Center.
As our province anticipates a $7 billion deficit due to falling oil revenues, rumors are swirling that the Alberta government is considering removal of the tuition cap. Our province's post-secondary enrollment rates are among the lowest in Canada, but a recent public interest poll shows that 67% of Albertans want money put back into post-secondary education, despite the current economic situation.
Having tuition costs go up is just going to make the incentive go down. And especially when everything with our economy isn't going well, considering the fact that they won't know if they're going to have a stable job is just going to make more people not want to go back to school.
The Advanced Education Minister has neither confirmed or denied if the cap is being reviewed.
Our city has a new special kind of clinic for those who are less mobile. Within Glen Rose Hospital is a clinic for treating stiff muscles that impede movement. The clinic is the first in Canada to have motion analysts and an orthopedic surgeon on the same team.
The specializations together and the synergy that it creates is a well-rounded, holistic approach to care for the patients.
Motion analysis uses cameras and other equipment to collect important data for analysts and surgeons.
We're able to much more in-depth analyze the way the forces are moving through a person's body and where the problems are, and hopefully come up with solutions.
With this technology and the input of an orthopedic surgeon, treatments can be found easier and with better results.
Thanks to Nate, you can now live in Edmonton and experience a tropical lifestyle through exercise. If you're looking to mix up your workout routine, change into your swimsuit and head to Nate's pool for some new paddleboarding classes. Last week, paddleboard core and paddleboard yoga classes were offered to students and staff at Nate for free as part of National Recreation Day. The classes piqued curiosity and filled up quickly.
It's actually been around for about 11 years now. It's pretty new to Canada. We've been teaching classes up here for about 3 years now.
Full session classes start March 13th. The fee is $145 for 5 classes, and students can sign up through Nate's website. Well, that's it for news. Time for some sports with Brennan Clack. Brennan, a lot going on around campus.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff to cover today, so let's get to the action. The Nate Ukes men's hockey team ends their season on back-to-back games against the Concordia Thunder. Nate is coming off of a big 4-2 victory over the U of A Golden Bears. Concordia only has 7 wins on their season and have lost both games against Nate this year. First period, it's Scott Fellnermeyer with the laser, pops the water bottle. That makes it 1-0 Nate. Now 2-0 Nate, and a great move by John Dunbar, but he's robbed by Thunder goalie Rise Hadfield, who had 52 saves in this one. Second period, and Nate goalie Kenny Cameron responds with a quick flash of the leather. Then Philip Bystrom from the blue line gets it in on net. Cameron gets the first save, but Philip Dillon cleans up the rebound, and it's 2-1. Third period, and guess who? It's Fellnermeyer. Beautiful pass to Tyler French, and it's 3-1 for Nate. Third point of the game for Fellnermeyer, a pretty solid game from the Ukes captain. Then some rough stuff in the corner, a really scrappy game that's a solid warm-up to playoff hockey. And here comes Sam Waterfield, who picks up the puck, glides through the center of the ice, and finds Fellnermeyer, who completes the hat trick, his 4th point of the game, and Nate wins 4-1. Cameron gets the win with 22 saves, and Jordan Wood also added 3 assists. Here's the captain on why the bounces were going in for him in this game.
I don't know, I play with a couple guys who are good at finding me in the slot, and they were going in. They haven't been lately, so it was nice to see them all come in at once.
The Nate Ukes men's volleyball team came home from the ACAC championships last weekend with a bronze medal. The Ukes fought hard in a close match and came through with a 3-2 victory over the Medicine Hat Rattlers. Team captain Bryce Cardinal led the Ukes with 19 points.
Getting this bronze is absolutely surreal. The emotions are so high right now, and this is the last game I'll ever play in the ACAC, so it just adds to the win.
The Augustana Vikings won the gold medal. February 26th marked the official kickoff to the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup, hosted by Edmonton. A few special guests helped start the countdown, including mascot Shamey, Canadian Soccer Hall of Famer Janine Helland, and Mayor Don Iveson, who is very excited for the event to arrive.
You know, so many Edmontonians from all around the world have a passion for this game, people of all ages, and so it really transcends cultures and people rally behind it. It's going to be awesome. We're going to blow people away.
The Voyageurs, the Canadian National Soccer Support Group, also came out to celebrate. Individual match tickets for the World Cup are on sale now, which has local fans cheering. This week, for the three-quarter rant, the topic is around the leagues. Start the clock. The NHL trade deadline saw the Oilers trade Jeff Petrie to the Montreal Canadiens. Will the rebuild ever end? When is it time to stop dealing good players for picks? The winners of deadline day? The losers. Buffalo and Arizona are two of the worst pro hockey teams I've ever seen. Hello, Connor McDavid. Running back LaShawn McCoy has a new home in Buffalo. I wonder if the Bills still regret moving on from Marshawn Lynch 5 years ago. Not as much as Pete Carroll regrets not using Lynch on the final Super Bowl play. Yikes. In the MLB, spring training is here, and once again has all Blue Jays fans wondering, is our pitching finally good enough? No pressure, Aaron Sanchez. Finally, in the NBA, OKC is still 8th in the West, despite a run of 8 wins in their last 10. The Western Conference looks deadly.
Brennan, that's a ton of sports insight in a short amount of time. I love it.
Yeah, man, you had a busy week.
Yeah, it's good to see our NAIT teams winning, especially with playoff season around the corner, so it should be an interesting time.
Well, that's all for Second Edition News. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Harry, going to play some Quidditch?
Hey, Hermione. Yeah, I'm going to go fly on my broom.
Then your new Nimbus 2000.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
It is, but what's the rush?
I have to do my Did You Know segment.
Oh, okay, well, good luck.
Thanks, I best be going now. Here's some interesting Harry Potter facts on the fly to test your knowledge against. Shirley Henderson was 37 years old when she portrayed Moaning Myrtle for the first time in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. She broke the record for the oldest actress to portray a Hogwarts student and still holds it. The T in Voldemort is silent. The name comes from the French words meaning flight of death. On the set of the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, there was a lice outbreak amongst most of the children actors. However, it has been said they never missed a day of filming. That's all we have for today's Did You Know? Now I gotta get off to potions class. Class ended 20 minutes ago. What are you still doing here?
I decided to stay back and make this polyjuice potion.
Why?
Well, I have to do cooking with Earnest, and the chef's a Canadian muggle.
So what does that matter?
I thought he'd feel more comfortable if I had a Canadian accent too.
When does it have to be done for?
Right after this commercial break.
Oh, Hermione, no wonder you're top of our class.
Thanks, Harry.
Big Rock takes you where you want to go.
Can't sleep? Too much homework? NR92 has what you need.
More music? Later nights? Newer you.
NR92.com, the station for the students.
Hi, and welcome to Cooking with Earnest. I'm Dania Ennedy, and I'm joined by Chef Daniel. Today we'll be making pancakes using almond flour.
So basically we'll start off with a simple recipe of 1 cup flour or almond flour, 3/4 cup milk,
and 1 egg and a tablespoon of baking powder.
Is there a difference between almond flour and white flour?
Basically, it's just a non-gluten alternative. So here we put a little bit of normal flour, so I split it half and half just to boost up the stability of it.
And could you totally replace the white flour with all almond flour?
Yeah, you can definitely replace it straight with white normal flour. So I just cracked 1 egg and I'm gonna add a tablespoon of baking powder.
Is there a specific order you put these ingredients in?
I like to go dry then wet, just because it's a little more easier to work out the lumps. So if you put the wet first, then it gets all lumpy and you're spending a lot of amount of time to mix. Would you like to mix for me?
Sure.
So you're gonna just mix it until all the lumps disappear. If it looks like it's too dry, you can add more milk. If it looks too wet, add more flour or almond flour.
And why do you want the lumps to disappear?
Because no one likes to eat flour bits.
True.
Those are always bad sign of really bad pancakes. So at this point, like you're mixing really well. You want the batter to be a little fluid, but nothing too runny. So you don't want it to be running off, but you want it to have like almost like a tomato paste consistency.
Oh, okay.
So it's nice and thick like that. Perfect. So now we're just gonna put it on a non-stick surface or just lightly grease up a pan. So we're using pan spray just because it is a healthier alternative. And we're just gonna do a spoonful of each. Depending on your size of your pancakes, you can either go really big or really small, but it'll just take longer to cook.
Is there a specific time you should put pancakes on for?
I like to keep it until bubbles start to form, so like the air will all of a sudden start to come up to the top, so little bubbles will start to form on top of your pancakes.
And then it'll get golden brown?
And then it gets golden brown on the bottom usually by that time. Sometimes if your pan's not hot enough, you won't get the bubbles forming and it'll look really opaque and gross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so once the bubbles start to form up here, we're gonna flip them over and they're this nice golden color.
All right, well thank you Chef Daniel, and you can check out this recipe on natenewswatch.ca by clicking on the second edition button. Thank you for joining us. What do you mean you heard crying in here earlier today?
I heard a girl crying in here.
Well, I don't see or hear anything now.
Well, we better get going then because we're already late for class.
What was that?
I'm moaning Myrtle.
And why are you crying?
I'm not crying, I'm laughing because this video is so funny. Here's a muggle that thinks he can do magic.
Man, I love Easter candy. This is Twitter in real life. This is how I edit my Instagrams. There we go. No! Printing your pets. Oh, that's a sweet looking sky today. That's a tasty cloud.
Welcome, witches and wizards. I'm Hagrid, and joined by a good friend.
Dobby, that's me. We will take you on a magical journey reviewing
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
You have been accepted to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Soon, you and your schoolmates will join us here, and your education in the magical arts shall begin.
As Harry Potter is growing up in the world, he finds it very tough to fit in with his family.
When he realizes that he is a powerful wizard, he is taken away to Hogwarts, a school for witchcraft and wizardry.
Upon arrival, Potter befriends Hermione and Ron. The three become the best of friends.
But there are greater forces at hand. The evil Voldemort is out to get Harry and finish what he started the night Harry was born.
It's up to the three best of friends to bring down the evil sorcerer before the end of school.
This movie is full of lovable characters, creatures of all shapes and sizes, and a plot that keeps twisting every minute.
That was a pretty good movie, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, but it could use more house elves.
I agree, and for that reason, I only give it 3 points to Gryffindor out of 5.
I give it 2 socks out of 5.
Huh, that's a very good rating choice. Now back to you, Harry.
Well, I'd say that was a good day.
Kinda weird though.
Pretty normal for Hogwarts.
I guess you're right.
Oh, I know I'm right.
Well, that's all we have for today's show.
There's too bad there's not enough time. There's so much more we could show you.
But tune in next week when we'll have more Muggle news for you.
And more sports games that we'll be covering.
We'll also have a new movie to review.
See you then.
Bye.
Harry Potter. You're Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Harry. No way.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Join me